Today is June 29th. On the 29th of June 1613, a famous theatre placed on the banks of the River Thames in London burns to the ground. This theatre had been built by William Shakespeare's playing company, the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Which theatre burned down on this day? Follow the link in the description to submit your answers and win an amazing prize. Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Smarter by the Second. Today with me here is Erik. Hello Erik, how are you?
Hey Daan, feeling amazing this morning. How about yourself?
I'm good as well. So, could you introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, of course. So for those who don't know me here in the room, my name is Erik Leering. I'm a fourth year right now, also of course mathematics, just as the rest. Right now I'm finishing up the bachelor. So I could call myself Erik Leering W.S.G. in just
fancy.
a few weeks. Yeah, so that would be nice. And yeah, I live here, of course, on the campus.
Of course. Famous campuslaan.
The famous campuslaan 49, indeed, 49.
So you said you study mathematics, but if I recall correctly, you do not only study mathematics.
Yes, of course. I will also get a small physics diploma with it, to go with it, so that would be nice.
Yeah, of course, it's not that much worth if you already have a mathematics bachelor.
Yeah, it's just a side thing, of course, you know.
Yeah. So, how are you feeling about today? You're playing for the category history.
Yes.
So that's your expertise.
Yeah, my memory is very good. So I think I will manage here, yeah.
So
The most confidence of all of the things.
Favorite part of history?
Should be very, very, very long ago. So about 2,000 years ago, with the Romans and stuff like that. That's what I like. Maybe a bit more even.
Maybe so, like the Egyptians, or
yeah, around that time, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, the Hunnebeds in Drenthe. As you have, of course, known that we have visited them a lot. Hunnebeds.
Yeah. All right. So I think we can check whether the Romans are any of the rounds. So let's go straight into the first round. Everything was better in the good old days. At least that's what some people say. It might be somewhat true, but today we have a lot of inventions that make our lives better and easier. Here are 9 inventions and their first versions. You will see them on the screen, only an image. I will not say anything about them, and you have to tell me what invention is that.
Oh, so I have to tell what the camera is.
Yes.
Cool.
So, let's go through the options. We have the firearm, Google Earth, video calls, GPS, computer, calculator, camera, a clock, and lastly a musical instrument. So this is not quite a Romans thing.
No, this is way too recent for me. I'm not familiar with these items.
I think some of them might be quite old. So best of luck.
Thank you very much. Let's see how we do. Okay, calculator. What even is this supposed to be? Let's go for clock or whatever. Well, not a clock, but sure. Very interesting. Okay, I think this is actually a clock, in a sense. So this is camera, musical instrument, video calls, this would be either GPS or Google Earth. I'll go with GPS. Computer. Musical instrument.
And that leaves you with 2 options left.
Yes, the thing that looked like a flute is actually a firearm. So where I originally put musical instruments, that's a firearm. Let's see, the pigeons might have been Google Earth. The pigeon instrument thing.
And do you stop the time or do you still want to switch around?
I might want to switch around. Let's see. I think the clock wrist thing is actually a calculator. So that leaves me with one thing that I have double now, so I should have one less. Or do I switch it? Yes, I switch it with whatever the other one was. And then I stop the time, I think.
All right. So this is the first round, so there need to be 5 correct answers. You still have 3 lifelines, which also costs you some seconds.
Yeah, one lifeline will do here, I think.
Okay, so then we can go to checking the answers. First up, of course, was the famous Abaquiz. He was a member of the education committee, who also, was you one of the organizers from the Abaquiz, how to use Abaquiz event?
Yes.
So this is an easy one for you, that's just a calculator. Then next, this is actually the GPS.
Ah, yeah, I didn't see any buttons, of course.
So the first one we counted correct using the lifeline. This is your first incorrect answer. Then this is Google Earth. I think you corrected this one indeed.
Wait, oh yeah, the Abaquiz was not, okay, yeah, go ahead.
And now we have the camera.
Yeah.
This is the firearm, so nice call at the end. This is the video call. This is the clock, sundial. A computer. So that gives you 5 correct answers, so congratulations, you're moving on to the second round. And lastly, the musical instrument. So no lifeline was needed.
Ah, I do feel a bit silly about the Abaquiz, of course. That and the sun clock. I should have known that well as well.
But you still managed to get 5 correct answers. So that means we go on to that second round. The university is a great place to discover yourself. You get to learn your interest, make new friends, and figure out who you want to be. But it has nothing to do with history, so this round is not about self-discovery, but about discovering the world and all its strange places. Here are 9 famous explorers. So here we have the explorers, and I will say the region that they discovered, and also the year in which they discovered it.
Cool, okay. That sounds tough, but sure, let's try.
Any familiar names here?
Yeah, maybe Columbus I have seen before, and Willem Janszoon. But otherwise, this is a game of very good wits.
So you have 2 lifelines, you need 6 correct answers in the end.
Should be fine.
Good luck. Tasmania and New Zealand in 1642.
Tasmania, New Zealand. Okay, Vasco da Gama.
America.
Christopher Columbus.
Spitsbergen and Nova Zembla in 1596.
Willem Janszoon.
Australia in 1606.
This one I skip for now.
Seychelles in 1502.
Seychelles. I skipped this one as well.
Brazil in 1500.
Pascal, I think.
South Africa in 1488.
Jacob Roggeveen.
Samoa and the Easter Islands in 1722.
Willem Barents.
Alaska in 1728.
I think actually this one is... No, this one will be Vitus Bering.
So that's the last one. So.
Yes, I think I will switch the one with South America to Bartolomeo Diaz. Then what were the options again?
I think you still have left Seychelles and Brazil.
Brazil, let's see. Brazil will be Vasco da Gama, I switched that one around as well. Then, let's see, what is an English looking fellow? Abel Tasman, I think I will put for Australia. One left, let's put that on Jacob Roggeveen and let's stop the time. Okay, let's see, I definitely need 1 or 2 lifelines here, I believe.
Okay.
Let's go with 2.
Let's go with 2. So you're going all in on the lifelines.
Yes, I think
Not
next
that
is
confident.
No, next is the Roman round, so I'm actually very confident.
All right, but first let's check whether you actually make the third round or not.
Yes.
So the first one was Tasmania and New Zealand. And it's a bit in the name, so Tasmania comes from Abel Tasman.
Ah, of course.
So this one will be counted correct using the lifeline. Then America, you said Christopher Columbus. So that one was correct.
3.
So then we have Spitsbergen and Nova Zembla. This is Willem Barents. Then Australia was discovered by Willem Janszoon. So that's your first incorrect answer. Then Seychelles, that's discovered by Vasco da Gama. Brazil by Pedro Alvares Pascal. So only one more needed. Then we have South Africa by Bartolomeu Dias.
Okay, too bad.
So, no, that one you got correct.
I switched it correctly then.
Yes.
Nice.
You actually surprised yourself with
Yes.
your knowledge.
I did.
So Samoa and the Easter Islands, discovered by Jacob Roggeveen. And lastly, Alaska by Vitus Bering. I think you also had that one
Yes,
correct.
that one I did have correct.
So you indeed only needed one lifeline, so you're...
Oh, that's fine. I'm
Good.
quite happy with that.
You made it to the third round.
Yes.
It was a bit shaky at first, but I think you did some last-second heroics with switching them around.
Yeah, you know, you need to switch your rows around to get the right matrix, right? Done it quite often. I'll see how it goes.
So then the third round, I hope for you, it's about the Romans. On June 9th of this year, Nelly Litvak, who many of you will know from The Bachelor, has been crowned winner of the UTEA, University of Twente Education Award.
Oh.
Congratulations, Nelly.
Yes, indeed.
This is the first victory for the Department of Applied Mathematics since 1994. This is perhaps a bit late, but nevertheless, congratulations, Nelly. This victory underlines once again the importance of Nelly, which is why in this round we would like to underline the importance of women throughout history. Here are then 9 women and their achievements.
Okay.
I will give a description. You have to say the corresponding person.
Sure.
So the options are Margaret Thatcher, Jane Austen, Marie Curie, Queen Mary II, Maya Angelou, Frida Kahlo, Aletta Jacobs, Queen Victoria and Rosa Parks.
Yes, I am familiar with several of them.
I don't see any Romans in there though.
No, more than the discoverers. So.
Okay. All right, then let's start. She was a writer, poet and civil rights activist. She received dozens of awards and more than...
I think.
She was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and also the longest serving one of the 20th century.
Not sure.
Next one.
Yeah, you can continue.
She was a famous physicist and chemist who conducted
Marie
pioneering...
Curie.
She was an American activist in the civil rights movement best known for a pivotal role in the Montgomery bus boycott, where she refused to sit at the back of the bus.
Rosa Parks.
She was a painter known for her many portraits, self-portraits and works inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico.
Frida Kahlo.
She was a physician and women's suffrage activist. In 1882, she founded the world's first birth control clinic.
Margaret Thatcher.
She was Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland from
Queen Mary II.
She was an English...
Time is up.
Oh,
Too bad, too bad.
out of time.
Should have speed runs.
So we can still check whether these answers are correct. Because I think you only have 6 of them. So
Yeah,
it
I
makes it
think-
very difficult to get 7 correct answers.
I think this went very chaotically.
But nevertheless, we can still check them.
Yeah, why not? We can learn 1 or 2 new things here.
Indeed. So, first up, she was a writer, poet and civil rights activist. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees.
Can you show her again? I don't see it.
I don't think there are...
Yes, yeah, now I can see it.
So this is Maya Angelou. Then next up we have the first female Prime Minister of United Kingdom and also the longest serving one of the 20th century. So it's the Iron Lady Margaret Thatcher.
Of course.
Then the famous physicist and chemist who conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. You did one correct. It was Marie Curie. She was an American activist in the civil rights movement, best known for a pivotal role in the Montgomery bus boycott, where she refused to sit at the back of the bus. This was Rosa Parks. And a painter known for many portraits, self-portraits and works inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico is Frida Kahlo. Then the physician and women's suffrage activist in the late 19th century, she founded the world's first birth control clinic. This was Aletta Jacobs.
Okay, that's one I didn't know.
And here you guessed the wrong queen. It was the Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland from June 20th to 1837 until her death in 1901. This was Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
And the English novelist known primarily for his 6 major novels, which interpret, critique and comment on Britain at the end of the 18th century, it's Jane Austen. And last, it's the Queen you guessed, the Queen of England, Scotland and Ireland, co-reigning with her husband William III and II in the 17th century. It's Queen Mary II. So unfortunately, you didn't quite make it. You needed a bit too much time switching those answers around.
Yes,
But
definitely.
nevertheless, thank you for joining, and we have the participation award.
Yes. I wanted
Nice,
to speedrun there, but thank you very much for this. I will enjoy.
So congratulations on making the third round. It's still not something to be ashamed of course.
No, I will wear it as a badge of pride to my house. Should be fine.
All right, so thank you for joining. And now on to the answer from today's viewer question. The answer is the Globe Theatre. So congratulations to all of you that have the correct answer, and one of you will be awarded with a prize. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you tune in next time to a new episode of Smart About a Second.